Mom said she's never been out here.
Well, hasn't she? Well, she was out here when she was a baby. Yeah, let's see. We pulled off of here in 38. 2 years old. When we pulled off.
So are we a ways away from the Idaho border then?
Yeah, I'll show you when we cross it.
Oh, we're going to cross it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. The Harris operation was all in
Idaho?
well in Idaho.
Oh, really?
Yeah, over. The Atkinson operation was in both.
Oh, I see.
Mom's folks.
So we keep going on this road here? Or
Yeah.
are we cutting up that way?
We'll go on this road here. And
Oh, okay.
Back on this road.
Oh, okay. Make a big loop. Oh, okay.
Big loop.
Really?
If we have time and you want to, we'll go clear down towards Plymouth and see interstate. What would it be going to?
I-15?
I-15.
Really?
Yeah. That goes through my land, or by my land.
Wow.
The Barsons owns this now. This used to be all the grandfather Atkinsons through here. And Barsons bought it years ago. They're from Clarkston. You've probably heard of the Barsons, maybe you haven't.
I haven't.
But anyway, and then there's a little stream of water comes down. We're going to go up through 3 Mile Canyon right here in a few minutes. But there's a little stream of water comes down from the big meadows up there. And Barsons made that
Dike?
earth dam right there.
Uh-huh.
And then they'd back up the water and then sprinkle. So you saw the wheel line and that.
Oh.
Maybe you didn't notice it.
Yeah, I did.
They'd sprinkle this, but I don't think they do anymore. It got too costly, I think. But anyway, Grandma and Grandpa's house used to sit just down, just to the left of that pump, right in there somewhere.
Oh, so that's the old homestead right there, huh?
Well, then there was, well, hell, let's go down this. Well, no, we can't. In the road. But then there was a road that went east and hit the road over there that we come in.
I see.
And their house sit right down just east of that pump a ways, right in there somewhere. And then they had a barn and a big corral up on top of this hill here. In other words, it would be further south, next to the house and the yard. See, I don't remember. I don't think there was a big watering trough. I don't think there was a barn there though. I don't think they ever had a barn. But anyway, and that was where Grandma and Grandpa Atkinson lived. That's where Mom
was born.
Grew up.
Okay.
And so then we're going up what we call 3 Mile Canyon, and that was the distance between this operation here, where the house and that is, the Atkinsons, up to the Harris's house, up further up northwest from here. But anyway, Dad said he used to ride a horse when he was dating Mom. Why, he used to just ride a horse down to see her and then back. He said the old horse he had, all he had to do was get on it and drop the reins, and it knew where to go.
It went right there, huh?
Yeah, back in their courting days. Now, we'll go up 3 Mile Canyon. Well, that wash has been that deep ever since I was a little kid.
Has it really?
Oh, yeah.
So this used to be a wider road? Big enough for a pickup?
No.
It's just
Well, it was leveled. I mean, Dad and them used to bring a team of horses and an old scraper that was pulled with a team of horses and dig some of that shales that's spilling down and level it out.
Get rid of the side hill.
Yeah. Yep.
An old team of horses.
Yep. Yeah, they farmed with horses out here. They never had any tractor.
Really?
All the time they was here.
Wow. So they never used any combines? They always just...
Oh yeah, they had a combine with 8 head of horses on it.
Really? So
The combine
was...
the combine had a motor to run everything internal inside the combine to thresh and that, the grain.
So it had a little, like Briggs and Stratton, little motor?
Oh, no, it had a big motor.
Oh.
Quite a big motor. I mean, back in those days, it was quite
But the horses pulled it?
But the 8 head of horses pulled it.
Oh.
In other words, it wasn't self-propelled. But it did have the motor to run, to thrash the wheat or grain in there.
I see.
And it was let's see, what was it? I think about a 10-foot cut, something like that. But see, they were going up and down the hills and that. It took 8 head of horses to
pull it.
4 and 4.
Wow.
This was the south border. They had 800 acres up here.
800? Oh, I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah, see, there was 5, well, help me figure it out. There was 5 people in the family, sisters, brothers, whatever, that each homesteaded 160. And so if you 5 times 160, I think you'll get 800 acres. And I say that this was
this
south
wash
border.
is the border?
Huh?
Oh, this is the
This
south
bend.
the south border.
This is the south border.
Oh, okay. So everything north?
And it run up, I'm not sure how far up the hill. It might have just went to the creek.
Wow. Called the Little Meadow.
Little meadows. There used to be a house. In other words, this was all homesteaded, not by the Harrises, but someone else. The turn of the century, end of the 1800s. There used to be a house right down in there. This road goes on out and down Steele's Canyon, or up around and over and down into the big meadows. We'll go on over and then up through here. We won't go over this road right here. And that road right there, going up the saddle right there, that just takes you up on top. You can look out over the valley.
I see.
But we better not take time. We're going to run out of time.
Okay.
To do it.
Wow. I had no idea there was this much ground up here.
Yeah. See, I was only 6 years old when we pulled away from here. I can remember it just like it was yesterday. And Dad and Frank, we used to go out here usually about every summer, horseback rides and cover the territory, you know. So that kept me familiar with it. Didn't you think that was pretty coming through the forest there?
Oh yeah. Through that grove of trees.
Shady Lane?
Shady Lane. Yeah, that little scrub oak.
Yeah. There was like $1,000 or something mortgage, maybe $2,000. I can't remember for sure, but not that much in today's world. It was held by Utah Mortgage and Loan. That Grandpa had taken out a mortgage back before he died, and Dad said it was just like, they tried to whittle it down, but said it was just like trying to pay off $1 million back then, you know. Just never could do it. And so Bastions came in, paid the back taxes, the little mortgage for, I think that it was something like $2,000 or $3,000 for the taxes, the back mortgage and whatever. Walked away with it.
Wow.
800 acres.
Holy moly.
Now, Eric, Bastions got into trouble back in the 80s when they had a dairy in Weston. That's where they lived. And they had a lot of hay planted up in here. And they mortgaged it with the Federal Land Bank and got into trouble with them just like I did. And so if I hadn't have been in trouble with them like I was at the time, I could have picked this back up for a song just like they got it from the Harrises.
Yeah. Wow, that's too bad.
Oh God, I wish I could have done it.
Wow.
But
Yeah, and then that would have been just in time for CRP to roll in. You would have been. You would have been worth millions of bucks.
There's a little spring. You go up over the hill here about a quarter of a mile. There's a spring there. And Eric is building a little log cabin up in there.
Oh, really?
About 10 years ago. Right there by the spring. Pretty nice.
Huh. Get away from the crowds there, I bet.
Yep.
There's a pretty good sized elk herd that runs around here. I know that they hunt them.
Yeah.
Monk got his.
And deer.
Yeah. Yeah, Monk got his elk. Well, it was further down towards Weston, but it was on this range.
Who was it?
Daryl's dad.
Oh.
Got a pretty nice elk.
What's his name?
Mont, yeah.
Yeah, Dad shot quite a few deer up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no, and that's the big meadow.
That's the big meadow. That was the little meadow.
Okay. That goes where?
That goes up, around.
Oh, it goes up and around?
Well, around the mountain.
Oh, okay.
Here, around the hill here.
Okay.
We'll get up here and I can show you that. That goes through what we call the Harris Gorge. It's just a small little canyon. Goes through there, maybe a block or something.
No road that goes up that one? This one, does this go all the way through?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that goes all the way through because you can go on over and down Black Canyon into Weston.
Oh, okay.
Damn, I wish we had time to take you up there and show you. You better not take the time. That's where there was two old houses there. Uncle Charles' house and Grandpa's house. Uncle Charles was Grandpa's brother.
Okay.
Of course, this Big Meadows was all part of the Harris operation. It was part of the 800 acres. And Eric is...
And they had alfalfa planted up here?
Well, I'm not sure if he planted any up in the Big Meadows here, but they did.
Down on the foothills?
Down lower where the house is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they had quite a bit of it, just like the ones planted back over there, it was coming up.
So did they run cattle up here too?
Well, they don't have any alfalfa now. But yeah, they run cattle.
And let them graze in the summer? And
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite a big stream comes out, and that's part of that runs down. We were following that gorge coming up 3 Mile Canyon.
Right.
And where they built the dam down there where that backhoe was sitting, down at Grandpa Atkinson's old place there. It comes from the spring right up in here. And after we saw a couple of dead mouses up in there, we decided to...
Better not drink out of that, huh?
But there's all down along here, that's why it's called the Big Meadows, is where this water runs. The water table's fairly high right here in the very bottom.
Uh-huh.
And there's quite a big spring just down here, about a block. It dumps into it. And that's what Eric has built troughs and developed that water. And I suspect where there's no cattle down there, where the troughs are, I suspect he's got them up over and over where the old houses were. In other words, he'll graze them there until they graze that off, and
And bring them up.
where he's got the water both places. But there's this is Forest Service land.
Yeah, I noticed that there has trail marker, trail 055. I'm gonna go. Do you know? Does that just go up, or does that drop down to the other side, or?
We'll go up that when we get back.
Oh.
We'll make a loop, come back and go up that, and then we can drop down to Interstate 15 if we have time.
Okay.
There used to be an A-frame cabin, one of the Forest Service cabins. Set right over there. Just see that big, tall, quaky, furthest one? It was just this side of it, right in there. Right in there. It's kind of getting the quaky growth is growing up on that side. They moved it out about 10, 12 years ago.
Did they?
But just
I still notice they still got an outhouse sitting there.
yeah, it's still there.
Huh. Wow.
Oh, and I got to tell you, take just a minute or two. Sort of look here. We used to have a dog when we lived up here. He was, he was just a Duke's mixture. He had German Shepherd, he had, I don't know what all in him. He was about the size of a small German Shepherd. I mean, he wasn't huge, but about the size of a small German Shepherd. But he could fight like hell. But anyway, and he was always following Dad and I. And I was just, that was about, that's when I was only about 5 years old, I think. But we came over here, and I don't remember now whether Dad came over to check something. He came over here for something. And we got here, and Bounce didn't ever come. But well, what had happened is we came, now that gorge I'm talking about is right, you can see it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, see where that goes, the hill goes up into the saddle up there?
Yep.
Right over here, on the right.
Yep.
Okay, when we got about there was a coyote, and Bounce took off after it. And so then we got over here and did whatever we had to do, and Bounce never came back, never showed up. And so we got back down to there, and he was just on a horse. I was riding behind Dad. And Dad says, you get off and wait here. I'm going to go see if I can find Bounce. And so he rode on up there, and there was old Bounce with about a dozen coyotes had him trapped, just circling around him.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they'll do it.
Wow.
And, I mean, he might have got away from him, he might not have, but chances are he would have. But, of course, as soon as they saw Dad and Dad hollered, they
took off.
Scattered.
Wow.
Yeah, but I never forget. Old Bounce was probably a happy little Jose to see Dad.
Wow.
I say he could have probably got away.
Well, you never know. Yeah, a dozen of them. That's pretty good numbers.
And I might be wrong, but Dad said there was a bunch.
Wow.
It seems like he said about 10 or 12.
Yeah, this is beautiful up there.
And
this is huge.
This is coyote country. I mean, there's a million of them up there.
Cougar country too, I hear.
Yeah.
They quite a few permits that they issue here, and people run their dogs through here on this. Well, it's on this old mountain range from Plymouth all the way up, and they say that there's a huge population of cats up in here.
Well, we'll go on up. This is called Jenkins Hollow here.
Jenkins Hollow.
And then we'll come back. We'll
Okay.
make a loop up around there, and then come back. In other words, we get up here about a quarter of a mile or something, and then there's a road takes off that way, and the other one keeps on going. And we'll just keep on going, and then come back on the one that.
And then come down and then go up that one.
Go around and go up that.
55.
Drop down into the campground.
Oh, really? Oh, so we're pretty close to it then, huh?
Yeah, not very far.
Dry Canyon Campground.
Yep.
Yeah, there's I know, used to work with some guys who used to come up and hunt here all the time. Spend, it's like $200 for an out-of-state tag, and that's some pretty expensive meat, ain't it?
Yeah, but that's for deer.
That's for deer.
Yeah.
But they come up and get big bucks, big trophy bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been, I think, still sheep in here.
Yeah. So we're heading up Muddy Canyon then, huh?
This is the loop that goes back around and comes down there where back there where after we just started out, you know, coming up Jingus Hollow.
I don't think it's going to be muddy today.
No.
Looks like the clouds might be starting to gather. We need to keep an eye on that.
Yep.
Don't want to get
You got your poncho?
I brought a poncho today, yeah.
I got one.
This don't look like a good spot to be in a lightning storm, does it?
No.